Hello, my name is Susie Fowler, and I did my presentation on psychological aging. Growing through the process of psychological aging comes with storybooks worth of experiences. Experience brings wisdom, as they say. Through psychological aging, you realize the importance of the many trials and tribulations one may go through. You will also realize the level of adulting you are at. Um, and by adulting, I mean the societal standard. Have you ever grown from the past experience to have a better reaction, a better solution? These are questions that you should ask yourself when thinking of psychological aging. The reason I chose this topic is because my goal, my career goal is to be a psychiatrist. And through all the things that I've experienced and I've seen, whether it was myself or others in direct experience, I've noticed that doctors, therapists, counselors, as they get older and they get farther in their studies, they forget the correlation between the mental health issue and age. And when I speak on age, I speak on experience, which I will dive deeper into further along in my presentation. I plan to work with adolescents because of the thought process that they have. And it's not to say that all adolescents are immature or that all adolescents are mature, but it is to say that they're right in between knowing and feeling. Um, Another way to say that is they're between cognition and emotion. I think this information is important as said in the slides or the PowerPoint from lecture one. To be able to adjust to an environment and its stresses, one has to be able to cope and one has to be able to problem solve. That is underlying the basis of psychological aging. It was also said that this information can be directed towards immaturity and maturity levels. There is data to support the idea that experience does increase your maturity, which some may see as an increase in age, which we talk about as psychological aging. We acknowledge psychological aging, but when we do this, we have to take into consideration the standards of age. But what I mean by that is geographics, culture, religion, age, and all those different things may vary. In lecture one, maturity was discussed, relating maturity to the age standards in correlation to experience. Although the topic leads to geographic, cultural, and societal barriers, as I mentioned before, it is still easy to acknowledge the possible impact experience can have on social and psychological aging. Suppose we were to, as in the PowerPoint lecture, give an example of how an adolescent might react to an individual crying versus an adult. There are adults and adolescents who may laugh when they hear crying, and there are those adolescents and adults who may empathize or bring comfort to those who are crying. I believe that this is on account of growth from experience and social aging. Through all the articles, through this class, through other research, through my time here at Cal Poly, I've also realized that although some things may not seem to have such a significant weight on you, or they may seem micro, your reaction, your solution for the experience will be repeated or improved on based on psychological aging. But this will also be aided by your social and your physical aging as well. That is an entirely like another correlation topic that will take all the time in the world, but social and physical aging are affected and impacted as well. Through this research, through these articles, I've realized that I completely agree with this topic. As a psychology major, I primarily read about the impact of experiences and daily actions on our mind. However, because of how traumatic life can get, we do not acknowledge the things that may shape our personality in the most minor ways. That concludes my presentation. Um, this is my reference page, and thank you for listening.